give you a hint. It's tube-shaped, it has a filling, and it's an Italian dish. It's manicotti. Today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the history of manicotti, how to prep it, and how to make it. I don't know how this works. Okay. Manicotti is actually called cannelloni. It was invented in Italy in the early 1900s according to the Spruce Eats. And this is what manicotti looks like, and this is what I will be explaining to you how to make. So the shells, the manicotti shells, which is under all the sauce and basil and cheese, is actually pasta dough that's rolled out and shaped into the tube shapes that has the filling in it, which is what I'm going to be talking about next. But if you're not an Italian chef or professional like me, you can always go to a store and buy the pre-made shells. So the filling is an important part because it brings a lot of the flavor. And according to DeLallo, there are many different ingredients you can use for the filling. Two examples are meat filling and vegetarian filling. The vegetarian filling has a variety of vegetables you can use, such as zucchini and squash, and the meat filling you can use fish, ground beef, and other meats. But today I'm going to be talking about a cheese filling, which has ricotta, parmesan, mozzarella, and then you can add other cheeses if you prefer. So because there are so many different fillings, I really find that this dish is unique because you can really make it your own and how you prefer it to taste. So next is the sauce, and so that's the vegetarian filling, and this is the meat filling. Next is the sauce, and it's tomato based. And this is personal preference because you can add so many spices and herbs to it, such as parsley, basil, garlic, that you can just make the sauce how you want to taste. So now I will be giving you a two-step for how to prep it. The first step is the utensils. You'll need a large pot, a skillet, large bowl, wax paper, a baking dish, a tablespoon measure, a measuring cup, and mixing utensils. So the next step is the ingredients, which is a pack of manicotti, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 cloves of minced garlic, a can of crushed tomatoes, 2½ cups of ricotta cheese, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, a ½ cup of grated parmesan, a 1/4 cup of chopped basil, and salt and pepper if you prefer it. So next, the fun part is how to make it. So the first step is you need to preheat the oven to 375 degrees and to start boiling the water on high in a large pot. While this water boils, which takes a while, you can start the filling. So in a bowl, you want to take the ricotta cheese, the mozzarella, and the parmesan, and you want to mix it all up. Once it's all good and mixed is when you want to add the basil and salt and pepper if you prefer it. And about this time is when the water should be boiling, and you can go ahead and add the shells and cook it for 5 to 6 minutes. While this is cooking, you can start the sauce. So you want to take the skillet, add the olive oil, the garlic, and the tomato paste, and cook it on high for about 2 minutes until the paste darkens in color, which you can tell. And once the paste darkens is when you want to add the tomato slices, and it comes in a can so it has juice along with it. Go ahead and add that and cook for about 10 minutes on low while stirring it occasionally and just keep a check on it. So 10 minutes may seem like a long time, but it honestly takes stuffing the shells about 10 minutes. And I find the easiest way is because the shells are soft, you can tear it a little bit down the middle, and you can just take a fork and stuff it easy that way. And then once you're done stuffing them, just lay them on the wax paper, because when the sauce is done is when you want to take the baking dish and you want to put the sauce on the bottom of the baking dish and then lay the shells on that and then put the extra sauce you have on top of the shells. And then you want to add a little bit of mozzarella and parmesan on top of that. So the final step is you just can bake the manicotti for 15 to 20 minutes, and once it's ready, the cheese will be melted and started to bubble on the inside of the shells and then a little bit on top. So when it's done cooking, just take it out, add more basil on top of it for that professional look, and salt and pepper if you prefer it. and just eat until you can't eat anymore. My conclusion is short and saucy, like the manicotti. If you want to feel like an Italian chef and you want to just spice up dinner one night, manicotti is a great way to do that. You now know some history of manicotti, how to prep for it, and how to make the tasty dish. And here are my references.